Your Majesty, the young Dipertuan Agong, Honorable Datuk Seri Rina Arum, Minister of Rural Development, Dato Dr. Matsiham, Vice Chancellor of University Kuala Lumpur, professors, parents, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. It's a great honor for me to receive today this distinction from University Kuala Lumpur. I am honored to have been chosen after remarkable past receptions, and it is an immense privilege to receive this honorary doctorate from the hands of His Majesty the Hang Dipertuan Agong. Ribuan terima kasih kepada Yang Dipertuan Agong da University Kuala Lumpur atas ijazah doktor kehormat ini. Your Majesty, Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, University Kuala Lumpur was established under the patronage of the Ministry of Rural Development. This, to me, is much more than a detail. Indeed, dear fellow graduates, I would like to share my personal story with you. I was born in a little village in western France. My father was a worker in a textile factory, and my mother was a seamstress. I am very lucky to have access to a good, free education, and then to become a teacher, and then again to put myself at the service of the people, first as the mayor of a small city, then of a bigger one, and then at the level of the whole country as Member of Parliament, Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs. When I look back at the story of my life, from a humble rural family to becoming the Prime Minister of France, I know that having access to education was my first and most important key to start this journey. There is no mission more important for any country than the mission of educating on young people. I am also very proud that this honorary doctorate comes from a university which does the most for education, cooperation between France and Malaysia. Each year, UniKL prepares Malaysian students to continue their studies in France. Yesterday, I visited your Malaysia-France Institute. I had good conversation with students in French language. More and more students coming from France also study at UniKL. So, thank you, UniKL, for being such a beautiful bridge between our two countries. And dear graduates, you are welcome to come and study in France. Of course, I remember very fondly my official visit to Malaysia in July 2013. It was the first visit to Malaysia of the French Prime Minister, in more than 30 years. I explained then that it was my deliberate strategy to develop relations not only with big powers, but also with middle powers like Malaysia. As Minister of Foreign Affairs, has also worked to develop our relations with ASEAN. it is still my conviction today the European Union and ASEAN are sister organizations. They share the same goals: to pool the strengths of our different countries in favor of economic development and of national sovereignty, to protect ourselves against the imperialist temptations of superpowers, and to promote collectively through multilateral dialogue and action a world of peace, democracy, and human rights. By working together, the EU and ASEAN can make a difference. Together, we are a family of more than 1 billion people. And together, also, we must act to fight against climate change and for the protection of our environment. We must implement concretely, without delay, the Paris Agreement on climate change. We all signed it. It is our common responsibility. I know that we can count on all of you, members of the young generation, to take action. Your Majesty, ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia is one of the most vibrant democracies in Asia and one of the most advanced economies. You can be very proud of your achievements. As you all know, France is also a country with values, democracy, and human rights very highly. The motto of our Republic is in French: Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, which you may understand even if you don't speak French. Liberty, equality, and fraternity, these are universal values which we also share with Malaysia. If liberty is already quite well protected in our countries, the struggle for a more equitable and more fraternal society is far from over. We must continue to fight for equal opportunities. Governments must act when the forces of the market result in enlarging the gap between the rich and the poor. I am happy that the government of Malaysia announced a new shared prosperity vision which aims exactly at that. We also need to continue our efforts to live in harmony together. Our societies in France, as is Malaysia, are multicultural, multi-religious. This diversity makes us richer and wealthier. Let us cherish this diversity and defend our societies against politics based on exclusive identities, on the rejection of others, on the misuse of religions as tools to manipulate the opinion. Let us cherish our fraternity. Let us be good brothers and sisters, benevolent members of the only race, the human race. Dear all, we are lucky to enjoy today freedom, democracy, and human rights. We must remember that this is the result of a long fight. This is the reason why I took the initiative to create this year in France a foundation for the memory of slavery. Your Majesty, ladies and gentlemen, I will cherish this honorary doctorate. I receive it humbly as a symbol of the good relations between France and Malaysia and as an encouragement to pursue efforts for more justice and fairness in this world. I would like finally to express my most sincere congratulations to all graduates of this convocation. The word degrees come from Latin and means a step. Now, it is our common responsibility to take this step up and from this new vantage point, contribute together to a better world. Merci beaucoup, thank you very much, and terima kasih.